everybody. This is Dr. Maurine Kwende here, the host of the Empowerment Minutes podcast. For those who are tuning in for the first time, I'd like to welcome you to the show. For those who are already a fan, welcome back. Before we get started, I always give a brief intro about me. Again, I'm Dr. Maurine Kwende, a podcast host, learning leader, faculty, researcher, speaker, coach, consultant, and author. I'm passionate about empowering leaders to reach their full potential through my podcast, through my DB Academy, research, teaching books, social media channels, and newsletter. You can learn more about me at www.maurinekwende.com or reach out to me via email at info@emklearningsolutions.com. So let's get started. Last month, the focus of the podcast was on AI. And so if you're listening for the first time or you're interested in AI, how you can use AI to be more productive, you can check out last month's episode. And so this month, we're really focusing or taking a deep dive in the world of emerging leaders. And so we're going to be looking at individual perspectives, organizational perspectives when it comes to emerging leaders. So today's episode is really focused on the emerging leaders' journey. So we would also explore what success really means and on their unique journeys. So emerging leaders are those who aspire to be leaders or those who are new in their leadership roles, right? They are the driving force behind innovation and progress in many organizations and fields, including my field, which is that of learning and development. So emerging leaders, as you know, they face unique challenges. Of course, they're new, right? Leading people for the first time. They're also faced with so many opportunities and experiences as they navigate their way towards success. So in today's episode, we'll talk about the key aspects of an emerging leader's journey and try to paint a vivid picture of what success really looks like for emerging leaders. First, what does the journey of an emerging leader typically look like? I would say it's a path, that's filled with twists and turns. Of course, there's a lot of growth and self-discovery. In my experience, I shared it many times before. I was an accidental leader. In my case, I was, that's over 20 years ago, I was appointed and given a leadership position to lead a group of 12 people. I learned from so many mistakes, and this made me become a better leader today. So when you think about the journey of an emerging leader, I would say that some of the mistakes I made, include not knowing what to do, assuming that leadership is authority, it's about power, it's about telling people what to do. Of course, I learned so fast, right? And so if you are an emerging leader, you're experiencing these mistakes and, don't give up. It's expected. It's something that is new. If you're picking up a challenge, even if you're appointed or not, or if you desired it or not, or it's something that you're still wanting to get into, it's really about learning from these mistakes and investing in yourself, right? This is what's going to get you to the transformational leader that you want to become. So for me, I wanted to succeed at all costs as an emerging leader through my own leadership journey. And so when we think of the word success, right, it's really a subjective term. It can vary greatly from one person to another. For me, when I think of what success represents, it's all about, becoming the leader that others want to follow, right, leaving a legacy. So you who are listening to this call right now, what does success mean to you as an emerging leader, as a new leader? What does success mean to you? I'm curious. You can also, shoot me an email and share your thoughts, comments. I would like to know what it means to you. So success really comes in, I would say with common traits and characteristics. Let's talk about some of those traits, right, that are essential for emerging leaders. I would say resilience, right? Because I shared earlier on that I experienced so many mistakes. You don't want to heard people say, I'm going to just give up, I'm going to run away. You got to be able to build resilience, right? You got to be able to adapt, love change. Some of the traits also include communication, work on your communication skills. How about negotiation skills, right? And so much more. So these are some of the common traits and characteristics that come to mind. So I would also want to wrap this up by saying, okay, you know what success looks like, right? You know what you're looking for as an emerging leader, right? I have some advice, of course, from my experience and from working with other people, coaching other people, and through my own leadership development program that equipped leaders at all levels, including emerging leaders. I have some things that I would like to share. First of all, I would like to say be curious, right? Try to learn voraciously, learn as much as you can, schedule time for your personal growth, your professional growth every single day, right? And, make sure that you're reaching those goals, asking for feedback, and constantly look for ways to improve yourselves, for ways to improve yourself. Love what you do and love people, right? Leadership is about people, influencing people. If you don't love people, then I would say you don't have any business in leadership. You got to be able to shift that mindset. And I know some emerging leaders, they're managers that are now embracing leadership. And I know when you think about management, you think about processes and putting these things in place. So to succeed as an emerging leader who's transitioning from management or starting to grow in that area, I would like you to embrace, have an open mind to really learn, to really grow, right? And be open to change, be open to feedback. I would also say that lead with the end in mind, love people. What do you want to be remembered for, and start working towards that from today. It's not a walk in the park. So I would like to encourage you to find people who can coach you, those you can learn from. And so you're always welcome to join my DBB Academy. Maybe join the cohort program for emerging leaders. You can do that anytime. Or maybe you want to join the monthly program where we talk about, specific topics like decision making, negotiation, and all of that. You can join anytime. The URL is www.thedbba.com. So we've talked about the journey of an emerging leader. We've talked about their key characteristics and traits. We talked about what success looks like. So I would like to conclude by saying to all our listeners, remember that I know you're an emerging leader. Remember that the journey of an emerging leader is really unique and it's a personal one. I would like to also reiterate that success takes many different forms. What it represents to you might be different from someone else. So don't, say, okay, it has to be a specific way like I shared. You have to define what it is to you, right? But so it can be all these things, but remember that it's the passion, the determination, and continuous growth that would really define your success. So that's all for today's episode of the Empowerment Minutes podcast. I hope you found this discussion or this particular episode really inspiring and insightful. I'd like to say stay tuned for more episodes this month that would uncover more stories and secrets of emerging leaders and how you can really become the emerging leader who's really the leader it's a leader who's championing transformation. So if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share, leave a review if you can. Until then, next time, keep leading, keep growing, and keep pursuing your own path to success. That's it for this week's podcast. Stay blessed.